In Lesson 8, we talked a little bit about what zeros look like on a graph. And those zeros look like on your graph are where your graph crosses your x-axis. Today we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about what happens to our graphs and seeing if our degree value can tell us a little bit about what we expect our graphs to look like. So we know graphs of polynomials have zeros. Those are the pieces of our graph that cross our x-axis. But they also have what we call turning points. And turning points of our graph is basically when our graph changes direction. So if we're going in a positive y direction and all of a sudden we change to a negative, the point in when it actually changes direction is called a turning point. And our turning points can be called two different things. We can either call a turning point a local maximum, and that's obviously when our points are higher than all nearby points. And we also have turning points that are called minimums. And local minimums is the function where your points are obviously lower than all the other nearby points. So in this quick sketch that I showed you over here, this would be considered a maximum since that point in which your graph changes direction is higher than all the other points of that graph. If you flip the page to the back, you guys are given a graph that looks like this. And if it's not given to you this way on your sheet, you may need to sketch it in on your own. The graph obviously has a positive leading coefficient, and it goes through the points. Your zeros are -2, x is equal to 3, and x is equal to 4. These are the values that we got from your group warm-up at the very beginning. Looking at these values and the graph that's given to you, we notice that we have a maximum at our first turning point. That's when we're going from moving in the positive y direction down to a negative y direction. And we also have a minimum. So that's how we look at our graphs when we go about graphing them for our polynomials.